Hello, good morning. All right, the other day I was working on shadow work, and now when I say shadow work, I know that I've explained it before, but it's always just to have it's a good reminder to be like, it's not, here's the two visual that I get with it. The first one that comes to mind is Princess and the Frog, the Disney movie, and like the shadow man. Okay, that's not the shadow work we're talking about. The better visual is Peter Pan when he is, like sewing on his shadow in the movie Peter Pan. Okay. And don't mind all the stuff rolling around in my car. I am headed to my niece's graduation and have lots of things. So I was working on shadow work because here's the thing. A lot of people will teach that you need to cut out the pieces that you don't like about yourself. You need to have them die. You need to get rid of them. You need to kill off your shadow, and that the shadow is a bad thing, basically. The shadow is not a bad thing. Darkness just means that there is everything in there, and you get to figure out what is in there and how to integrate it, because that's actually what real shadow work is integrating into your being the parts and pieces of you that you actually really don't love and maybe aren't your favorite things about yourself. Okay. So the other day there's a process that I do with all of this, but I was doing shadow work and fear came up, and I was like, okay, well, what does fear look like for me? And I'm a very visual person, as you can tell. Those blow up, like the tubes, like the little like wavy guys in front of like car lots and stuff, just to get people's attention, and they like blow in the wind. Okay, it was one of those little blow ups, and it was see-through. So I sat there, and as I was, kind of having a little bit of a discussion with fear and seeing this visual, it was fascinating to me that fear for me is more of a distraction. And not only is it a distraction, it's also see-through. Okay, like fascinating, right? So when I invited that fear to integrate in me, not that it gets to lead my life by any means, but I can accept that, yeah, I do have fear, and there are things that I have fear about. But it's amazing what happens when you integrate those pieces that you are avoiding, you don't know are there, or you're wanting to get rid of, because it changes your perspective on fear. Because honestly, anytime that I start to notice fear coming up in my body, the image that comes up for me is that blow up, distracted little, wavy guy that is see-through and clear. And immediately my fear goes down, because let's just be real, that's really not that scary. And why do I want to let that rule my life when it is just a distraction? So today I invite you to see if you can get a visual, an image of what your fear looks like, or what fear looks like to you. We're not going to claim that your fear. Okay. So, and if you're willing, I'd love to have you put it in the comments. I think it'd be really fascinating to see what visuals and what images come up with fear for each of us. And I hope you have a beautiful day. If you too are at graduation, then enjoy.